Hi, SaaS reviews and interviews community. Welcome back. We are back again with one more interview with Wilson. And I'm sure if you've come across this tool, Blocksurvey, and if you've used it, I'm sure you have enjoyed. But if you have not used it, I will recommend you highly to try it out. I've used it myself, so I can vouch for it. All right, so that said, we will invite Wilson to give a quick intro about himself and talk about the product and company and his vision going forward. So, welcome to the studio, Wilson, and I will hand it over to you where we can then understand a little bit about you, your team, company, and the product.
Thank you so much, Prashant. Thank you for inviting me to the show. I'm really glad to be part of this. Hello, everyone. As Prashant introduced, my name is Wilson, one of the co-founders of Blocksurvey. And we have been working on Blocksurvey for about last 18 months. And today we have about 500 members and predominantly the major chunk came from the lifetime deal users. And we are just starting to grow this year. And the vision behind the product is primarily, it all started with a very single question of do you own your data? So we asked this question ourselves when we were doing market research to validate our ideas and assumptions. And looking into all the platforms which are available in the market, none of the tools actually give you the true ownership of the data you collect, or the ideas or the insights you gathered from the data. They're all open data. It's actually uh, anyone wants to see it. They have rights to see it and they have access to see it. This right is actually not available to you. And what is happening in the digital space today, starting from WhatsApp to Twitter or any of the platforms, they are very centralized in nature. Blocksurvey is trying to decentralize for the data collection space. Could be a data collection, if you're a marketer, could be just creating a form and collecting data, or could be just running a market research by creating surveys and collecting data, or could be even doing a poll with Blocksurvey. All this is truly owned by you. Blocksurvey has zero knowledge on all the data you collect, and you actually become a true owners of your data, and that is the right we give it to you, and what we call this as a digital right today. And that's the vision behind Blocksurvey, and we're looking forward to anchor ourselves in building a responsible and ethical tech in data collection space. Thank you.
Great, Wilson. I think this infosec market is such a big market, and so much of demand currently. It is trending, and since this dark web came into picture, since so I think this is a very important step that you have taken, and the origin of with this question of do we own the data is very very critical. So great. I think it is an interesting tool, and I will let you talk more about it. But I also want to let the cat out of the bag that this is also based on the blockchain technology. So I know it is more secure than anything else.
Yeah.
So great. If we could just understand a little more about how big is your team currently, and what is, and then we'll do a walkthrough of the tool so that people are familiar with what it looks like and how they can utilize it.
Sure. Yeah. And our team is of size of five. We are five of us. All of us are developers, and right now I am focusing on growth and outreach and working towards growing the product. And day in and day out, we listen to all your feedback, and then we also have a roadmap, and we have items which are in place in line with to the vision what we wanted to build Blocksurvey for. And that work is day in and day out. It's continuing to happen, and then we are shaping up the product. And with respect to, I think just wanted to touch upon the blockchain what you mentioned. I think when you're creating an account with Blocksurvey, what happens is actually you're actually creating an identity in the Bitcoin's blockchain. Your keys are anchored there. That's where the security is coming from. We are actually bootstrapping security from Bitcoin, and all this development is happening on top of a blockchain called as Stacks, which is, think of it as a development toolkit or a framework which is available for you to build on top of Bitcoin, and that blockchain is called as Stacks. Yeah, what you're seeing is Blocksurvey right now. So what I'll do is I'll walk you through a quick demo of how Blocksurvey works. Let's create a quick form from scratch. So when you create a form, we present you with, you can either start from scratch or you can pick up from templates. So we have about 200 templates, and you can create from templates as well, or you can create from scratch. So let's do a quick review of creation of a form from scratch. So this is a builder. This is where your creation takes place. So you have a welcome screen to start with. If you don't want it, you can remove it, and you can start to type. So let's say welcome to the show. And so I'm going to add a new question. So let's ask for a name. And what if you observe here, Blocksurvey has a little intelligence as well, where as you type, we detect the right question type as well. So as I typed, I think it changes to short text. And if I say rating, we would set you the component by default. I think it's more of little bit of intelligence to make you productive. And what you're seeing here is every question comes up with its set of options, a logic. If you wanted to use it as quizzing, you can use it as use the assignment to assign scores, and you can also use messages to customize the placeholders and button text, and also supporting text. It's quite flexible. You would have full freedom to design as you want. So this is a very simple form with two questions. So let's look at how it looks in preview. So what you are seeing here is a preview from the settings view. So you get to see how it looks. So this is the first question, and then you have the rating, and then you get to submit. So this is a very simple way to create it. And talking about the views, what you are seeing is a single response view, or a one question at a time view, where every question is singularly focused, and you get a space to answer individually. So this is one space. And also we also have a classic view. This is a normal way of looking at a form in one single view. And we also have a beta a view, which is a conversational view. It's more like a chatbot style view. You can create chatbot styled forms and surveys as well. This is in another view. And it's customizable with respect to, you can add your own themes. We have given a set of default themes, but you can customize, upload your own background, and you can do that as well. You can apply your own fonts as well. This helps you to keep your brand cohesive. If you have a font, you can upload it, or you can choose from the defaults what we are having it available within the system. And we also have variables. This is primarily for hidden variables. If you're sharing it in multiple places, you can use the source fields to identify where the response is coming from. It's helpful if you wanted to identify where the source is. So you can create URLs which are specific to separate distribution and so on. So that is possible. And we also have expression. This is for mathematical calculations. If you want to calculate and use logics to derive at an outcome on the thank you screen, that is possible as well. So you can do that. And in settings, there are quite a lot of things available you can explore. And also wanted to walk you through how it looks in preview. So this is the preview. You get to see the preview in three different views: a tablet view, or a desktop view, as well as a mobile view. So let me quickly change back to the one question at a time view. So from the share is where you get to publish. When you publish, you get a URL, and then you also get if you wanted a shorter link for social sharing, you can pick that up. And we also give you a custom domain. So if you have a custom domain, you can add it, and all this is customizable. You can, if you wanted to share it socially, add a meta information, and then you can have your own description. Even you can change the image for social sharing. So let me put something. Yeah, it's all customizable, even your fav icon, and then also you have the variables coming in. And this is on the share. And then if you wanted to shorten it, you can shorten it as well. And if you wanted to download it as a QR code, you can do that as well. Also, we have given you social sharing within the platform, where if you wanted to directly send it, it's more of an automation where we just open the intent for Twitter or Reddit or any of the social media out there. And you can also download the QR code. And we also have given templates, email templates, where if you wanted to reuse, if you are if you wanted to know how you wanted to introduce this survey for customer feedback, we have given you few templates. You can just copy paste, and you can send it out. And I wanted to show you about integrate. This is where most of the work happens. If you wanted to use Blocksurvey form outside the Blocksurvey, rather than distributing using URL, if you wanted to embed on your website, there are codes available here. You can design, and you have to just copy and paste it, and it will start working. We have a custom code, and then we also have a full page. So if you wanted one page to be your contact form, or maybe a lead gen form and so on, you can use a full page. Or if you wanted to launch as a pop-up, say on click of a button, you wanted to launch it as a pop-up, you can do that as well. And this is more of a slider view. Again, it's another way to embed as well. So there are a few options available on the embed. And the most important part is the widget, which is quite exhaustive, and it could be very helpful to you. This is more like how get feedback or the widgets work in the surveying space, or in the feedback space. I think of like a hot jar, and that is possible with Blocksurvey, but without any tracking. So what you can do is, you can, if you wanted a pop-up like this, you can do it. It's customizable. You can move the position wherever you like, and then all you have to do is design it from here and copy the code from here. These are predefined ones, but then there are more opportunity here. You can upload your own logo here, and even you can change the icon. Uh, Maybe you can give the URL when it should trigger, at what percentage of scroll it should trigger, and how many seconds it should trigger after, and so on. So there are quite a few options available. You can take a look at it. And finally comes to the results. As you get results, let's answer this one quickly. So let me use the shortened URL. And what you're seeing is the analytics view. I think this is a very simple view. We show charts and a little bit of analytics over here. We give you a high level idea of what data you have got, and what aggregation or basic insights from the data can be seen here. Then also we also have a grid, which is more like an Excel grid, where you can export it. You can do also charting over here. It's quite flexible, like how you would use Excel for pivots and so on. So all that is possible. You can create charts as well. And also we have a single response view here. You can download it, or just like any way to use the data. If you wanted to send it, download it, and also post processing is possible from the result space. So that's pretty much about the builder. And once you come back, what you get to see is your full view of all your surveys. You can, it's more as your workspace, where you can design and you can mark it in your workspace. Could be cloning it if you wanted to move it to a folder for better organization, or also sharing it with your workspace, or plenty of options available for you to do that. Also, you can create folders primarily for organization. So better organization of your files and within Blocksurvey. So say all the operational thing with Blocksurvey is over here. So all the requests would come here, and then I get to watch it every day. Then we also have brand kit. Brand kit is reusable images. It can be, and also fonts can be set up one time, and then you can do that. And you can add your custom domain from here. And also if you wanted to use another language, and if you wanted to change it, you can upload the images. Say for this is German, the entire product can be customized to be German, primarily on the taking of your forms. The taking screen of the form can be customized to another language, so you can upload it and you can do that as well. And workspace is primarily if you have more than one user coming in. If you wanted to have a shared workspace, it's primarily gives you a space to add images, fonts, custom domain. You can share custom domain, you can share templates, and then also you can share reports into this workspace, which is still private. If you have a group of 2 or 3 people working together, the data is known only to you. So you share it here. Only the people who are part of this workspace will have access to it. So it's secure as well. So that's a quick overview of Blocksurvey, and that's how you get started with it. Feel free to explore a few other areas as well, like templates and also also you can look at workspaces as well. So these are few features which we have built recently. So we feel it might be helpful to the audience.
Great, excellent. I think so, Wilson. There are so many features there and so much of flexibility. What we want our audience to do is comment below on this video in terms of what is the use case that they can put this to, and also if there are any questions, suggestions, feel free. And just for everybody to know, Wilson is generous and he's giving giveaways of lifetime deals, which is a personal version, and he will reward two winners from the giveaway contest. So giveaway contest, we will pick up people randomly, leave suggestions or ask questions on this post. So I have a couple of questions, Wilson, for you. Okay, so these are quick questions because I use this personally and I came
Sure.
across. So I thought, our viewers may have the same question too. So when we design a, survey, and let's say I want to hit two birds in one stone, right? I want to create awareness as well as take their data. So
Mhm.
first, I want to show a did you know kind of a thing. So for example, are you aware that 88% of businesses get attacked if cybersecurity is not correctly implemented. So let's say I don't want to give them the answer and ask them what they think. What is the percentage of businesses that get impacted? And maybe I once they choose the answer and submit that particular question, how can they see the results of that particular question? Or maybe toward the end of the survey, can they see the answer for that question? While the
Absolutely.
second question may be asking about themselves, what do they feel, how much secure their business is, or what is the kind of information security protocol they have,
Yeah.
which they don't need to look at the answers for. They just need to
Yeah.
look at the answer for the awareness question. So is that possible, Wilson?
Yes. Yeah. Outcome based on answers, and this is more like you derive at an outcome based on how the respondent is answering or giving you data. So today we have something called as a display logic in thank you screen. Here you can add a logic, like say if the answer is so and so, then you can show this, and you can have multiple thank you screens. So you can continue to build this logic. So quickly, what I wanted to show you is in templates. So we have outcome based quizzes. So take for example, this is a video game addiction test. Let's see how it looks. So what I'm doing is I'm previewing it. Is I've given this template within the platform. Now
Right.
these are the set of questions. So what I'm doing is uh, when someone is going to answer this survey, they're going to find out whether they are addicted or not. That is the outcome of uh,
Right.
this survey. So let's see how it has been designed. So what I've done is, if you see the thank you screens, we are saying no addiction, moderate addiction, and high addiction. So how it is designed is, here if the score is 14 and lower, then we are saying it is moderate, no addiction. And if it is 15 to 42, we are saying it is moderate addiction. And then anything greater than 43 is high addiction. So how did we arrive at these scores is primarily giving weights to each of these questions. So if you go to the assignment, what we are saying is, if it is never, then we are assigning the score as 0, and then seldom 1, and then if it is sometimes two, and then we have given scores for each of the answers. Similarly, you will be able to assign scores to anything. Could be even even if you add another question, could be any text question also. If a certain answer is coming in, and if you are able to gauge it, or if they are answering this way, be it yes or no, and then you're branching out, you will be able to assign scores to it, and then take them to the right path as well. So one is, you can do using scoring, you can show the outcome based on the thank you screen. Other way to look at is used to using the logic. So we also have logic. In logic, you can arrive at, say, if this question is answered, answer if this question has an answer as this, and then you can create another question and take them to a branch where that is very dedicatedly focused to them. So you can have statements like, say, are you aware that uh, there is a risk in cybersecurity? There is a risk with respect to security that 88% or whatever number. If they are aware or not, then you can branch it out. If they say yes, then you can show them, you can give them incidents like, okay, do you know this incident happened? D- Are you aware that this incident happened in 2020? Or
Right.
something like that. And if they say no, then again, what you can do, you can show them is with a follow-up question, or with the educational material, giving them videos, or some informative material. So that is possible. Like, you can actually add videos, like, so if you say, could be, if they don't know about it, what you can do is you can paste the YouTube link, or could be any video material, so you can make it a little interactive learning as well. So that is possible as well. You can add videos to it. And also, if you have an embed code, you can do that as well. So if you double click on it, you get to convert it as a HTML. So that is possible as well. So you can embed any of the videos from any platform, so that's possible.
That's nice, Wilson. And I see a lot of thought process has gone into it in terms of, even if I look at the templates, right? There are so many, and um, I'm sure most of us are likely to find what we require. We don't need to create something from scratch. So many templates, right?
Yeah.
And I see the numbers. I mean, awesome, right? This is mind blowing. So excellent. That so one was that question about how do we display the answers or how the logic is built. So I think excellent features and flexibility there that we can utilize. The other question that I had is you showed in the share option when we share the survey, there is an email also that we can send out, which basically does the job of a landing page. If I create a landing page in ClickFunnels or swipe page or something like that, and somebody has looked at it and they opted in, so they should get an email of welcome, etc. So I
Yeah.
see similar feature here as well. Now, how does this email, from which email address does it get triggered? Can we integrate it with Gmail, or is it a third-party email, or how do we go about?
Yeah, I think today the email isn't native. It's because the reason being is the data is lying at your side. Unlike the traditional way, none
Okay.
of your data is known to us. So we are not able to facilitate using our own email IDs. So today,
Right.
if you wanted to build something like that, you have to use webhooks and use middleware applications like Zapier, Integromat, Tably, or Integrately, and so on. This is
Right.
one way to do it. But then we are just finishing up the SMTP work. So what we are looking at facilitating is, you will be able to use your own email service provider. It could be SendGrid, AWS, SES, or any of the mail providers. So you'll be able to do it. So this is going to be an email feature which is coming shortly, by end of this month. That's something that I'm finishing it. By that, what happens is, when you are, if someone is giving data to you, you will receive the data in plain text to your email ID, which you are configuring. And from there, you will be able to respond back to. And also, if respondents wants to get a copy of their response, and that is possible as well. So those two facilitation isn't available natively today, but then we are making it available by end of this month. And
Awesome.
today,
And then, yes,
sorry,
please. Sorry.
today what you see here is just a notification. We just send you alerts that you have got something, but then
Right.
the data cannot be seen. So now, with a custom SMTP, as well as how you will use APIs to configure you can be assured that all your data will still lie with you and not with Blocksurvey. That's facilitation is coming end of this month.
Excellent, Vincent. And that again tells us about the thought process that you and your team is working on. Because usually the community, when we look at the SaaS community, they always want something more coming in, something new coming in, so that there is more value to their money that they have put in. And I see that you are thinking about custom SMTP, etc. already, even before maybe somebody would have asked you to do that. So excellent. I think there's a lot of thought gone into it. 360-degree, you're thinking like if you were a customer, how would you use it? And I like that because not many founders these days look at empathizing what the customer may want. They just come up with, oh, this is my expertise, I will create this, and this is what I will sell. But that hardly, that is short lived, that does not go on for a longer term. But I see, the effort that you have put in, your team has put in, is excellent one. So,
Yeah, thank you, Prashant. I think most of the customer research and also all these features have been a collective learning from the community. So, and community has been asking us uh, plenty of features with respect to fulfilling their day-to-day job and also how they wanted to use these tools. And I think it's been a learning from them. And then uh, we evaluated when we wanted to do it the right way, and then I think it's great learning from the community. I think it's just giving back all the learning what we are doing from them, and then giving back as features to them for them to use. I think that's been the approach so far with Blocksurvey over the last 6 months.
excellent, Wilson. And that feeling of giving back is awesome. Not everybody has it, let me tell you, because I have used so many products and spoken to so many people, interacted with many people. There are only a few who will really look back in terms of what is the value that they can add. They keep going back and reiterating their product and making it better every time. So excellent. Kudos to you and your team, Wilson.
Thank you, Prashant. Thank you.
All right. So a few more questions, if that is okay.
Sure. Do you?
Right, Wilson. So great. I think our audience will be very happy to learn more about what are the kind of challenges that you and your team faced when you were developing this product, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, I think the primarily the challenges are building any product in a privacy focused or a security focused way. It's way challenging today. We have to pick and choose right tool sets, right libraries, and then also we have to put them into evaluation. Whatever third party we use, we have to really understand that it is secure, and none of the data seep is happening through any of the third party which we are using. So I think we firstly is there are not enough third parties which are private and secure. Then we have to handpick uh, very few are available, and then there are not many options for us. So we have to build many of the stuff on our own, and that is a little challenging, and it's also a little time consuming. But then technically, it is very interesting problems for us to solve. So those are the challenges. It is little time consuming, and it's because sometimes these are hardcore technical problems to be solved. So every problem has to be solved in a zero knowledgeable way. It's difficult, but we are taking time and being patient and solving it.
Great, excellent. And I think that is a dilemma that all the SaaS founders usually have, how to go about what is it that we should do and what is it we shouldn't. So great, great to know how you overcome those challenges. Now, if you were to understand what is the kind of roadmap that you have for this product, or maybe are you launching any other product and so on?
Yeah, with Blocksurvey, the roadmap is primarily one is getting to be really a mature product. I think a lot of reiteration and realignment of UI UX, as well as few. There are about 60 features which are pending to be built for this year. So we are looking at getting that out of our door sooner. Then post that is where we wanted to build a supplemental ecosystem around it. We wanted to see this more as a community platform. Like, so what you have seen, templates is just 200, and the messages is something just two. How about if it is community driven, where people contribute and they take value from the platform as well? What we mean by value is, think of, you are giving your time to the platform. Your efforts are definitely coming in today, and if Blocksurvey is seeing the value today, and we have to give the value back to you as well. So I think of it as a river flow, and we are all in it together. And if you're contributing something, could be a feature request, could be a feedback, could be helping us grow, or could be writing about us and taking us to other places. So you have to see the value as well. I think that incentives will be baked inside the platform. It's because it's very easy. With Blocksurvey, it's because it's working on top of blockchain, and crypto economic models can be built into Blocksurvey. I think we are looking at those models to be built in as part of the roadmap end of this year. So you will see a little bit of incentivization coming in, and also community focused building will be built on top of Blocksurvey. And also we are also looking at, I think as part of this, the core piece would be something like Mechanical Turk, where if you are looking for a panel, if you wanted to do research, I think today people post it on Mechanical Turk, and when you fill a form, and then you get rewarded, right? So similarly, on a crypto play, we wanted to actually have an ecosystem around Blocksurvey for customers who are using Blocksurvey, if they wanted to do market research, and or also wanted to participate at their panel building around Blocksurvey is possible. So we are evaluating. These are a few research uh, areas which we are focusing on, and trying to uh, build it as a massive platform where you get to find, probably discover people within the platform itself, maybe for your product, for your research, or even for your business. So that is possible if you're looking at collecting objective data. So let's see how it comes up. I think these are long-term goals, but that's the vision we are working towards.
Brilliant, Vincent. So I think thinking on the same terms and trying to expand is one great attitude and skill, and not many people possess. So great to hear the expansion plans. Now coming to the last question, what is the kind of support that the clients, customers can expect from the team?
Yeah, I think the support is pretty much one-on-one. I do most of the support. If you are emailing to Blocksurvey, so I would be responding back to you on time. So I'm quick on emails, and then also we have built a knowledge base. Whenever I see more than one or two questions coming up on the same space, I try to create a quick documentation and put it on our help center so that you can use it. And yeah, I think the support has been one-on-one. I think we have been able to scale with 500 users right now. So I don't see a problem scaling up to even 5,000 users. So we'll be able to support you on time. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out on the chat, or you can always write to me at wilson@blocksurvey.org. Happy to help you.
Great, excellent. It was awesome speaking to you, Wilson, and hearing your thoughts, looking at the product. And I really appreciate, and we, in fact, as a community, appreciate the time and effort that you have put in to talk to us. So, thank you very much, Wilson. If you would like to give any message to the community, please feel free.
Sure. Thank you so much, Prashant. I wanted to thank the entire community, the LTD community, as well as all the well-wishers in the community, and who have been supportive to us in 2020. Have been a phenomenal year, and bootstrapping a product right from scratch. I think this came out of a hackathon, and then we showed it to you immediately, and I think the traction has been good. And we are invested in it to actually make the best. And thanks for all your support, feedback, and any form of encouragement, and also criticism is being taken rightly, and we are working towards it. And really appreciate all your time and support to us so far. Thank you.
Excellent, Wilson. All right, thank you. Until then, see you, Wilson, and see you, SaaS Reviews and Community. We'll come back with some more giveaways and some more videos. Talk to you
Thank
soon.
you. Thank you, Prashant. Thank you.